boom, boom, boom. Can you get some more light here? No, that's my thing like that. Let's put that there. Oh, hey. Hey, Instagram, via the internet. It's me, T, from the Pattersons, taking the train to Tibet. I know you're wondering, you're saying, brother, isn't it blue light? If it's blue light, what you doing in candlelight? Well, let me explain. We're in India right now. Now, I live in South Africa. South Africa has this thing called load shedding because a whole bunch of stuff with they call it load shedding. Now, this is the first time I came to India. Well, I've been in many times, but this is the first year I came to India where they have, I don't think they call it load shedding. They just say, well, electricity is out. I'm sorry. So I'm coming to you in candlelight. But hey, this is a good idea. Look, can I say something here? Blue Light Brigade. Hey, shout out to Blue Light Brigade. I know we're in candlelight, but let us talk. Let's have a serious conversation with Blue Light Brigade. Everybody else, just there'll be a posting tonight because this is audio drama day. We'll do audio drama tonight. So let me just talk to Blue Light Brigade because this is Blue Light Brigade. First of all, we've been around for like 2 years now. How long we've been around, right? And I really haven't properly explained. I just say it's blue light, and you should be starting your day exercising and doing these stretches. I did a little bit of stretching, whatever. But the point is, that's all I said. Now let me reveal a little. Let us reveal. Let us unfold a little bit more. Blue Light Brigade is actually the first phases of how should we say it, a recruitment tool. Now you're going to be special people. First of all, blue light people, they get up when the blue light, which is blue light's like it's a half hour before sunrise. It's the beginning of the dawn, right? Now I know other places they don't really call it blue light; they call it something else. I don't know what it is, but it's the light. It's a light where the photographers and cinematographers they say it's this good light here. And then like sunset, same kind of thing. It's about the same time, right? Not the same time, but sunset time, right? But the thing is, we Blue Light Brigade. We name ourselves. We don't. People can. I'll give it. Let me just start with my name. My name is Anthony. Anthony. The meaning of Anthony is actually praiseworthy, but that's too for me. So I say it means incomparable. Similar. You're not going to get it confused like that. So I'm incomparable, right? And then, so when people try to call me Tony, for instance, I say, oh, you want to merely make me comparable. See how that works? If I say praiseworthy, and they say, well, if you can just call me Tony, I mean, be worthy? That don't sound right. See, so it all works out for me, right? And plus my last name is Warrior, so I'm Incomparable Warrior, which gets to the point of what we're talking about this morning. Okay, here's the thing. So Blue Light Brigade, you're like the raw recruits, right? If you have the stamina to get up in blue light, right, or you have the discipline to get up in blue light, or you have the inclination, like I'm a Cancer 3, I'm a 24-hour person, I get up anytime. But I've always been get up early, blah, blah, blah. That's not the point. So the point is this, one of the points is this. So that means I don't have to do anything to get you up. You're already self-motivated. Now, if you know, with military, for instance, with military operations, like with those special forces operations, right? What they usually do, or police operations, they raid you at like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, bang down your door, you're in the middle of sleep. But Blue Light Brigade people, we up already, so that don't bother us, you know what I mean? We can see you coming. See, that's the first thing. Okay, so just understand that. I'm not using my hand. That's how I do like that. Anyway, so now, first of all, I get people have that inclination to be up, right? Now the next thing is what are we doing up, right? Well, remember our goal. What we're trying to do, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get rid of injustice. What we're trying to do, we're trying to get rid of what we call racism, white supremacy. Now, if you get rid of something, you got to replace it with something. You see? Now we're all under not you all, but you have to be under whatever you're into. As I explain this stuff, that you got to figure out from your own life how to do it. Now, I'm a devotee of Mr. Neely Fuller Jr., which his life from 1957, he was a warrior. he was in the Army. Then he was in the was he in the the Army also. He's in two branches of the service like that. But in 1957, he was up there on a hill in North Korea or wherever he was, and he started writing about racism, white supremacy, racism, which he called white supremacy, right? So from 1957 till he passed earlier this year, that was his one thing. He had one workbook, textbook, He said only one book. Yeah, think of like Paulo Freire. He only got he's got more than one book. But the point is, you get one book, and you can think like the scriptures when they edit it into the one thing or here or whatever. The point is this: in this one book, he wouldn't like it when I say preach, but if you get compensatory concept, right, and it tells you about racism, it's a workbook, textbook for victims, of racism, white supremacy, and it tells you how to navigate through those kind of things. Okay, great. So that's what we're on. That's our guiding thing. That's our principle. That's our code, right? Because if you're going to get rid of something, racism, white supremacy, which is a system of injustice, and we have to injustice. What do you mean by what you're going to replace? We're going to replace it with justice. Then you say, well, what is justice? Now, Mr. Neely Fuller Jr. says justice is the guarantee that everyone is treated fairly. When I say fair, he doesn't like the word fair. It's a guarantee that no one is mistreated. Okay, you don't want to be mistreated. So it's a guarantee no one. And now, if you're going to not mistreat, you got to mistreated, and those who are or victims or are mistreated or get the help that they need, that the most comprehensive, the most constructive is the word he used, constructive help possible to get out of that situation of injustice. You see, so that's our clarion call. Okay, that's what we do. Now here's the thing. This is key, right? Now, how are you going to do that? You can't do that by constantly, how do we say, reacting, like reacting to stuff. You gotta have your own. You gotta have your marching orders, your rules of engagement. Let's put it that way. Now we have our rules of engagement like this. As we go along, as we get on our code, our mission to get rid of, to guarantee that people are not mistreated, right? That means that we got to go in, and we can't do it full on, because then the enemies, the people who want to mistreat, see you coming, and then they have all kinds of ways to do what they do. So that's not what you want, right? You want to have a group of people that actually don't know each other, that just have the same code in mind. See? So that's what I'm trying to say. Look, so all of us, we have the same code, and that's to give, to provide the most comprehensive, the most, compensatory help possible, the most constructive help possible to get folks out of the situation that they're in. Okay, now here we go. I have this thing, right? A lot of people have this sort of thing. This thing is universal, but people just don't know it. I have to pinpoint it. Like, you can't do it with an army of people, because people backstab and they take advantage. They say, oh, let me game this, or let me put this twist this to my will. A lot of people in history, they started out as what do you call it, secretaries or librarians. That J. Edgar Hoover was a librarian. You know what I mean? Stalin was a secretary. They're in the shadows and stuff like that. Speaking about the shadows. Anyway, they're in the shadows. So here we go. So what we need to do is we need to remain, I want to say remain in the shadows, but we need to just have a couple of people we can trust. So like, for instance, in my group of people, wherever I go, I only have like 2 or 3 people that I trust in that situation. Right now, well, I have 2 or 3 people, right? But your group should be a little bit bigger. So each person that's in your group, your 2 or 3 people, right, should have somebody else. Hey, K. Smith, salute. We're in candlelight because we're in India and they cut out the electricity. So the blue light, I guess blue light's about ending. Anyway, the blue light is ending, but we're in candlelight. Don't worry, I'm talking to blue light people. Okay, here we go. So what happens is each person, each one of your 2 or 3 people, they have 2 or 3 people. You see that they, I won't say trust, but that got their back. I don't mean got their back like stabbing them in the back. That got their back. I hear that the guy that killed Thomas Sankara, he recently passed. So not supposed to. He recently passed. You see, so but he was close to Thomas Sankara. You see what I mean? The guy that killed Maurice Bishop, he was close to Maurice Bishop. You see, it's always a person that's close to you that do that kind of nefarious things, right? But we don't acknowledge them. We want to hold up Maurice Bishop, we want to hold up Thomas Sankara, and that legacy will go on because people will be talking about what they wanted to do. You see what I'm saying? And those other people that stabbed them in the back, we don't mention them. Then they'll fade away. They'll go up in wafting in smoke. Okay. So now you have your people like that now. Now what happens is those people have 3 people. So now you're in a sort of like a vastness. I wish the electricity come on. I want to show you something. I'll have some symbols on my jacket. Let me put it this way: we exist in a vastness, in a sea of vastness, and in this sea of vastness, you automatically find your other people that's in your mode, and you never can tell what they look like. I'll give you that, and I'll tell you, and they have skills. You can tell. I'll give you. This may not resonate with this. One time I was walking on the Lower East Side. Because I lived down there. This was the 90s, early 90s, whatever, somewhere here, early 90s. And I was on like Avenue B, and about right by Tompkins Square Park on the other side. We was walking. Jay Rodriguez, the musician, saxophonist, what was it? The Groove Collective. He played on the Black Album. Well, you wouldn't. Don't worry. Jay Rodriguez, great saxophonist. He could be really famous or whatever have you, but he liked Blue Light. He stayed underground, that kind of thing. So we were just walking, and at the time, Lower East Side, we had these little gardens, and people have like little community gardens, right? And the city didn't want that; they wanted to get rid of it anyway. And so musicians were playing like that. So Jay always carrying his horn, of course. That's a real musician. So we just, we just popped on in there like that. There's many Latinos who do that kind of thing like that. So we walked in there, and so, because he's got horns, so they start they start playing, so it's just playing with them. Now, Jay is like really good. Humble and really good. So at some particular point when they was doing something, then one of the guys said, no, wait, let's follow him because he knows what he's doing. What I'm trying to say, Blue Light Brigade, people that we're going on to the next level, you don't have to say that you're great. You don't have to get awards. What you have to do is do what you're supposed to do. And if you do what you're supposed to do in the vastness of it all, then then things will change because things will just change. That's the whole big point of being. I won't say you're not anonymous because you'll be recognized. You'll be recognized by other people, other Blue Light Brigade people, other people in the vastness. Let's put it that way. In your group, and wherever you go, you're always going to find other people, and they may not have the same say the same melanation as you, right? Because Jay's from Colombia, I think, like that. So he's got that. Well, I guess he does have a lot of African in him. He's from Colombia. The point is, you find your people. That's the whole thing, and that's what you want to do. And the only way you can find your people is being dedicated to what you're dedicated to in your field. Now Jay's a musician. He's doing this. I'm an audio dramatist. We do it. Was Jay ever my audio dramatist? I don't know. Whatever. No, he hasn't. That's not the point. There are other people like you might be a chess player, right? Well, you see, then that's your thing. You might be an athlete. That's your thing. But you don't have to follow on other athletes and do what they and be unjust to people. Mistreat people. You see? So you have your own code that's based on Mr. Neely Fuller Jr.'s, a code, and you study. I guess you have to sort of study Mr. Neely Fuller Jr., but then a lot of times you don't have to do that because it's in the ether, as I like to say. So you stay in the ether. You stay in your vastness, the vastness of justice. We define justice already like that. Okay, so anyway, I think we're going to have to go right now because I didn't talk long enough. By the way, this has been a Grand Rising report. This Grand Rising report, I reported directly to the Blue Light Brigade, but we're in candlelight because, like I explained, it's a regular item, but these things happen, right? So, one more thing. There's things happening in the states, like, to show you what I mean. And remember, the other forces, they're going to do unjust things. They want to, for years, they've been trying to get rid of Social Security in the states now. They've been trying to get rid of the post office, which gives a lot of people jobs and stuff like that. They want to privatize these things, and they got all kinds of schemes. They've been working at it. I guess that's my point. We, the Blue Light Brigade recruits, right? We, the warriors for justice, we have to stay on our square. They do what they do. We don't react to them. We do what we're supposed to do. They should be reacting to us. That's my point. That's the whole thing, right? So get on do your plan. Whatever your thing is to make sure that those people that have been mistreated are now, I want to say compensated, but now are given the most constructive help possible. If everybody's all the Blue Light Brigade people are doing that, then we cause like what we call a bandwagon effect. It only takes a few people. Some people say it's 10%. It's less than that. Like 3% of people building the bandwagon. The bandwagon gets built. Everybody starts pushing this bandwagon down the road, even if it's uphill. Maybe you say we've been pushing it uphill for a while, but we're going to come to a precipice, a height where it's going to start sloping down. And once that gets that momentum, other people say, hey, like what's happening in Sahel right now. Hey, and they start jumping on that bandwagon because that's what got the momentum. Those people that want to get rid of the post office or Social Security, whatever they want to do, whatever the dodgy things, the billionaires, they call them billionaires. The people who think they got you by the short hairs. I shouldn't say like that. The people that think they got it, and they think they not only think they got it, they think they got it, and they're like a bag of chips. Well, they are a bag of chips. They can be crunched. We can crunch them, right? So the point is, right? We have our program, they have their program. We have to stop reacting to their program and do our program. You see? But their program is going to crush. No, their program is not going to crush you. Because if you ignore the ignorant, then it ain't going to happen. They're ignorant. Look, I'm sorry, I'm going on. I have to say one thing. There's a great program called The Wire, right? Well, it's a TV series. It was on HBO, right? And there's this one scene that I always remember. It's the bald-headed guy, the guy who recently passed. He was in not The Matrix, the other one, John Wick. Friend to Danny. It doesn't matter. The actor, the actor from he was in The Wire. Anyway, he was married to his wife. They're sitting at the dinner table one night. He's complaining about this and that, about what's happening with the police, and how how the politics are happening. And she just says, well, you don't have to participate. Basically, she says, don't play the game. Don't participate. So if you're in the game, don't play it that way. Look, I know I'm keeping you. Let me say this, right? Everybody's jumping on this woman, Jasmine Crockett. That's her name, the Crockett woman, right? And she's part of the Judiciary Committee. She's got a high ranking. So that's the funny thing. Now a lot of people come on, people Judge Joe, everywhere from Judge Joe Brown. Oh, she's a this, she's a that, whatever have you. Hey, but she's making them react to her. You see? Yeah, but she's a buffoon. She's a buffoon, and she does a political thing like that. I'm not saying she's right or wrong. I'm just trying to say she has her own agenda. She ain't following their agenda. I don't know how many if her 2 or 3 people are helping her to do it. I don't know, but I do know this. I only say she's effective, but in the system that you're in, everybody says you're not effective. All I'm you got to put this law. If you put a law in, they have 50 ways to Sunday. Or it's going to be Friday now? No, it's Thursday now. 50 ways to Thursday to water down your thing, to alter your thing to their nefarious purposes. So it doesn't matter if you're a so-called lawmaker, you're in Congress, you're the president, you're the president, you're the hired hand of the president. There's always ways to cut you off at the knees, you see? So the point is, if we stay in our vastness, because our vastness is bigger than their vastness, if you stay in our vastness of justice and all the rest of that, truth and justice for all and all that stuff like that, then what will happen is we'll eventually, our vastness will wash away their little, how do you say that, their pettiness. That's what we're looking for. Okay. So this, I got to go. I think, the sun has risen, but it didn't. But because there's no electricity where we couldn't see it, but it's a new day. Take your breath on your own, because you're on your own. I'll talk to you another time. You all be well. Bye.